So, friends, now Australia has come on a tour to India where they will be playing a four-match test series. So, what will happen in the series? I will give you my preview and prediction about the series. Well, in this series, I think Australia is going to prove really strong against India. India will have to play at its best if they have to win the series. And the same applies for Australia also. Australia will also have to play at their best because India is the home team, and at home it is really difficult to beat India. India has been performing really well at home. And if we see the head to head series records between these two teams in the recent past, then Australia had lost their last two home series to India. They lost in Australia 2-1 to India both the times. And even before that, in 2016-17, when Australia toured India, then India won by 2-1. So basically, Australia has lost their last three test series to India, and two of them have been home series in Australia. So Australia would be really motivated and they would like to get even and win a series in India. And in India, the last time Australia won a series was in 2004, where they won 2-1. So maybe Australia would like to prove a point that if India can beat us in Australia, then we too can beat India in India. So I think that motivation factor, that factor of hunger can work in favor of Australia because Australia, just like India, is also a very competitive team and they don't like losing often Australian team. Secondly, if you see the last time when these two teams met, there have been a lot of changes in the Australian team. First of all, there is change in the captaincy. At that time, Tim Paine was the captain, and now Pat Cummins is the captain, and Australia has been performing really well under the captaincy of Pat Cummins. Australia under Cummins has played total 12 test matches, and they have lost only one test match. And Australia has recently beaten South Africa at home in the home series. They had not beaten South Africa for a long time in test series, and they achieved it just now under Pat Cummins. Then they also won test series in Pakistan and drew the test series in Sri Lanka. So Australia has been performing well under Pat Cummins. That is the difference. Then also, if you see the batting lineup of Australia, there have been some major changes in their batting lineup. Their batting lineup, in fact, has become strong compared to their batting lineup when they lost to India 2-1 at their home. At that time, they were struggling in the opening department. They were struggling to find a good opener along with David Warner. But now Australia has Usman Khawaja as the opener, who has been performing really well. And then in the last series, Australia was struggling to find a good batsman at number 5 position. In that series, Australia were playing Matthew Wade at number 5, who failed miserably. But now they have Travis Head at number 5, who is also performing really well. And then there is change in wicketkeeper batsman. In that series, there was Tim Paine. Now there is Alex Carey. So I think these changes in the batting lineup is making Australian team, their batting lineup look stronger compared to the last time when they lost to India. And on the other hand, if you compare Indian batting, Indian team will be definitely missing services of two batsmen who I think are going to be the X factor, but they are missing in this series. First is Shreyas Iyer and then Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant was the X factor due to which India was able to beat Australia in Australia last time. And he has been a revolution in the test format, and India is definitely going to miss Rishabh Pant. And then Shreyas Iyer also, in Indian conditions, I would say Shreyas Iyer is the most dependable and most consistent batsman in test matches, and he has bailed India out of trouble many number of times now. Even against Bangladesh, even though Pujara was the man of the series, but I thought that Shreyas Iyer should have been man of the series. So there, I think at number 5 and number 6 position, India might. While Australian batting is looking strong compared to the last time, even though I won't say that Australian batting is stronger than India because the matches will be in India, series is in India, but still Australian lineup is looking strong. Also, Australian team is at their full strength, and some of their experienced players, for them, this might be the last tour to India, last test series tour. So maybe they would like to end it on a high. Also, I feel one more thing which might work in favor of Australia is the pressure thing, because for Australia, there won't be the pressure of reaching to the WTC finals. Because if you see the WTC table, then Australia is at the top of the table and India are at number two position. And for Australia to reach the finals, well, Australia is almost through to the WTC finals. They just have to win one match. Even if they are able to draw one test match, even then they will reach the finals. So there won't be much pressure of reaching to the finals. They are almost through to the finals and they can take it as a normal series where they would just like to improve their performance in India and maybe get even and win this series to avenge their loss in the last two home series. While in case of India, there would be pressure of reaching to the WTC finals, because for India to comfortably reach WTC finals, they will have to win at least three matches in this four match series. If they can beat Australia 3-0 or 3-1, in that case, India will reach to the WTC finals. Otherwise, if they lose, if India loses by some chance, then India will be out of the race. But even if it's a draw, then India will have to depend upon the results of two other series. Two other teams are also in contention to reach the finals. One is South Africa and other is Sri Lanka. So in that case, India will have to look for the results, what happens in the series of these two countries. So now, considering all these factors, what will happen in the series? What is my verdict, my prediction about the series? Well, I think this is going to be a really tough series, a really closely fought series where both the teams, their attitude is such that they want to win every match. So I don't see any of the matches ending in a draw, even if it's a good batting wicket where both the teams have batted well, but they would like to produce the result in on day four and day five. And due to that, maybe you will also see some sporting declarations. And that's why I feel that none of the matches will end up in a draw and there will be results in each and every match. And regarding the winner of the series, I think both the teams won't be able to get what they want. Australia, they want to win a test series in India because they have not won it since 2004 and maybe avenge their home series loss to India. But I think Australia won't be able to achieve it. Australia won't be able to win the series. But now, can India win the series and reach to the WTC finals? I think India also won't be able to get what they want. India won't be able to win three matches, and maybe they will have to depend upon the results of some other series to see if they can reach the finals or not. So my final prediction for this series is that this series will end up in a draw and the final score line will be 2-2. India will win two test matches and Australia will also win two test matches, even though both the teams would like to have a result in the series and to have a clear winner. But this is what I feel, that this series will end up in a draw, 2-2. So let's see, friends, if my guess, my analysis and prediction about the series proves correct or not. Let's see.